Ähm, Hallo mal wieder. Ich habe schon gesehen, ganz viele Namen sind altbekannt, einige neue auch dabei. Willkommen zu unserem zweiten Canada Thursday, unseren Ontario-Wochen. An diesem zweiten Ontario Thursday geht es ein bisschen in die wilderen Ecken, deshalb auch der Titel Ruf der Wildnis. Und wir haben zwei, drei Besonderheiten heute, da würde ich gerne kurz drauf eingehen. Zum einen haben wir von Destination Ontario den Ralf Lieb dabei. Hallo Ralf.
Hallo zusammen.
Ja, könnt nicht hören, das ist super. Der Ralf wird im Hintergrund zur Verfügung stehen zum Beantworten von Fragen und vielleicht auch hinterher noch nach dem Vortrag, um vielleicht in der Diskussion noch das eine oder andere zu beantworten. Aber ich glaube, der wichtigste heute ist der Ian. Ian, you are with us today, and we have the pleasure to enjoy your presentation today about Northern Ontario. Is that right?
Guten Abend. Yes, I'm pleased to be here this evening with you fine folks, all the way from Canada.
That's great. Well, I hope we didn't interrupt your lunch break then.
Not at all.
Also ihr habt es gehört, heute der Vortrag ist auf Englisch, wie es auch in der Ankündigung war, aber ich weiß auch, dass das für die wenigsten Problem ist und es stehen ja auch mit Carsten, Sina, Ralf und mir einige Leute zur Verfügung. Wenn irgendwas ist, einfach in die F&As schreiben, besser als in die Chats und dann versuchen wir das entweder noch im Vortrag oder schriftlich oder einfach hinterher zu beantworten. Eine kurze Bemerkung in eigener Sache. Es ist so, dass ich mich vielleicht vorab schon mal entschuldigen möchte, falls es bei mir im Ton Hintergrundgeräusche gibt oder ich eventuell aus der Leitung fliege. Ich bin nämlich diesmal nicht im Büro, auch nicht im Homeoffice. Ich bin gerade auf dem Rückweg von der polnisch-ukrainischen Grenze. Wir haben heute Morgen noch eine große Lieferung an Hilfsmitteln dort abgeliefert und haben es nicht ganz geschafft bis nach Hause. Deshalb sitze ich momentan irgendwo, ich habe es gerade gesagt, zwischen Dresden und Jena in einem Autohof. Und ja, deshalb nicht böse sein, wenn ich vielleicht eventuell rausfliegen sollte. Ihr seid auch dann noch in guten Händen und sind ja genug Fachleute dabei. Aber wie gesagt, ich versuche es hier bis zum Ende durchzuhalten. Und ja, das angesprochen mit den Hilfslieferungen. Sicherlich trudeln bei uns momentan auf alle keine erfreulichen Nachrichten ein und wir beschäftigen uns sicherlich derzeit vielleicht mit vielen anderen Dingen. Aber eventuell tut es auch gerade dann mal gut, sich einfach mal für eine Stunde abzulenken und mit einer Sache zu beschäftigen, die einem wirklich Freude bereitet. Und die Gedanken einfach mal nach Kanada schweifen zu lassen. Und ich glaube, das tut uns allen gut und das sollten wir jetzt vielleicht auch einfach mal genießen. Noch eine Sache habe ich vergessen. Bevor ich euch jetzt den Ian übergebe, muss ich euch noch mal ein bisschen langweilen. Das habe ich gerade schon gesagt. Die ganzen bürokratischen Sachen, Fragen in die F&As, weil wir den Chat nicht so gut bedienen können. Und dann gibt es natürlich wie jeden Donnerstagabend noch ein kleines Gewinnspiel. Ian, could you move one slide forward? Ja, da ist unser Discovery Pass. Es wird am Ende eine Frage gestellt vom Carsten oder von Sina der Umfrage und die Antwort zu dieser Multiple-Choice-Frage wird irgendwo hier in Ians Vortrag vorkommen und dann werden wir unter den richtigen Antworten einen Gewinner ziehen, der einen Jahres-Parkspass bekommt, den sogenannten Discovery Pass, der ein Jahr lang gültig ist und für eine ganze Gruppe, also bis zu 7 Personen in einem Fahrzeug dann gilt. Okay. One slide forward, please. Yeah, that's perfect. Ja, man kann mit dem Discovery Pass natürlich auch in Ontario die Nationalparks und vor allen Dingen auch alle National Historic Sites besuchen. Ist im Eintritt drin und das würde jetzt ein bisschen zu weit führen, hier alle aufzuführen. Deshalb nur die kurze Karte, um euch mal einen Eindruck zu geben, wie viele das eigentlich tatsächlich sind. So, enough said, Ian. I think it's your turn for now. We are glad to have you here and just go ahead.
Well, thank you. Thanks again, Marcus. As Marcus said, my name is Ian McMillan, and I'm very pleased to be with you here today. For me, the evening where you are, to tell you all about the exciting products and experiences that we have here in Northern Ontario. So Northern Ontario, as I'm sure most of you are aware, is a very, very big place. Northern Ontario is over 800,000 square kilometers. It makes up about 3/4 of the land mass in the province of Ontario. It has over 200,000 lakes and rivers, and it sits, as you can see on the map, beside the two greatest of the Great Lakes, Lake Superior and Lake Huron. And we also border right on the edge of the United States. We have great airline connections all through Toronto, with multiple flights daily to the major Northern Ontario cities. As you can see, Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, Timmins, and North Bay. And usually the flying time is only 1 hour from Toronto. But we like to say the Northern Ontario is all about the pristine wilderness, the nature and wildlife, the fresh air, the clean water, and the beautiful skies, including some of the best dark sky locations in the world. Northern Ontario is so large, we have broken it down into 3 subregions, with the first called Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, which I'm actually speaking to you from Sault Ste. Marie, actually in truth, from a small island just east of Sault Ste. Marie. So this region is the central part of Ontario. You can see it here on the map. And Sault Ste. Marie is home to a Canadian signature experience called the Algoma Canyon Tour Train. It follows the same route that was used by the Group of 7, Canada's most famous painters, when they painted out of a boxcar in the early 1900s. The train tour is a 1-day, 228-mile excursion into the heart of the Canadian wilderness, departing daily from mid-June to mid-October from downtown Sault Ste. Marie. The trip includes a 90-minute stop in the Wilderness Park, as you can see on the screen. Dining cars offer breakfast and lunch and beverages throughout the day, and flat screen TVs provide history and commentary in wireless headsets in 6 languages, including German. So it makes for a very interesting day. And just this past year, a brand new $10 million train depot was opened to host the Algoma Canyon Tour Train, and it's complete with an Indigenous display, a Group of 7 display, and a small restaurant and coffee shop for departure. So it makes the experience even nicer for everybody. The immediate region around Sault Ste. Marie is called Algoma Country and is home to Lake Superior Provincial Park, which is one of the largest provincial parks in Ontario. This part of the Trans-Canada Highway that you can see in the photograph is always voted as one of the top 10 drives in Canada, especially in the fall. Lake Superior Provincial Park provides a great backdrop for hiking, canoeing, kayaking, camping, or just sightseeing. And as again, you can see on the screen, it's got some of the nicest white sand beaches anywhere in Ontario. Naturally Superior Adventures is an outdoor adventure experience located on the shore of Lake Superior. They have a main lodge that accommodates up to 12 people. They have smaller cabins available, and they have incredible dining with culinary delights direct from Indigenous foods in Northern Ontario. And of course, they offer sea kayaking and canoeing on Lake Superior, as well as some inland rivers for those who want to try it that particular way. Northern Ontario is very famous for having literally over 1,000 lodges and cabins that are in remote locations on beautiful scenic lakes. This is an example here of an iconic Canadian wilderness experience called Lodge 88. It's about 200 kilometers north of Sault Ste. Marie, just off of Lake Superior. And it is a fly-in resort lodge located on what's called Esnagi Lake in the Algoma region. There you can see the float plane that takes you into the lodge. So the lodge is very famous for excellent fishing, for walleye, northern pike, perch. It's also an incredible location to see wildlife, from moose to the loons to black bear. And the accommodations are incredible. They're all fairly new cut log cabins. The main dining room serves incredible culinary delights, and you have all the amenities of home, but in a remote wilderness. The unique thing about this particular lodge is you can fly into it, or you can actually take a train into it, and they would meet you at the side of the lake where the train drops you off and take you by boat to the lodge. So next we move to the second sub-region in Northern Ontario, and this is Northwestern Ontario. This is the region, as you can see on the map, at the top of Lake Superior, and it is also the lake that abuts our neighboring province of Manitoba, and there's direct flights into Winnipeg on a regular basis, as you can see on that map. Thunder Bay, which is the largest community in Northwestern Ontario, and again, located right on the shore of Lake Superior, is home to what's called Fort William Historical Park. It is also a Canadian signature experience, and it is the world's largest recreation of a fur trade post. Think the Hudson Bay Company and that type. Visitors in the fort, when they come to visit, can immerse themselves in what life was like back in the day and try some of the culinary delights that are cooked on the open hearth, such as bannock, as well as learn about birch bark canoe making and skin tanning from the First Nations people that are on site throughout the day. It truly is an experience to bring you back to what the fur trade was like at the turn of the century. Also out of Thunder Bay is a company called Sail Superior. They've been around for a number of years, and they offer a number of sailing options onto Lake Superior. They can take individuals or small groups, and it gives one a chance to really experience the lake firsthand. In the main picture on the left side, you can see in the background, it's called Sleeping Giant, which is one of the amazing land formations in Lake Superior. So they have multiple full day, half day, hourly cruises that people can take. They will land on an island and give you a shore lunch. And new for this year that they will be offering, and we just tested it out last summer, and I have to tell you, it's amazing. The bottom right corner picture is a new offering that they will have, and it's going to be a multiple day adventure tour on a 30-foot hard bottom Zodiac raft. So it'll hold up to 12 people. It can go either very fast, so you can get some exciting times, or very slow for great picture opportunities. But it will go down the coastline of Lake Superior from Thunder Bay to Sault Ste. Marie with stops along the way, where you would overnight. You would have shore lunches and campfires along the way, and get a chance to see everything from wildlife to Group of 7 painting sites to sunken ships in clear water that looks like you can touch them. It is so clear. So that will be a new amazing trip that they will be offering this coming year. Wilderness North is similar to Lodge 88. It's another one of our signature experience wilderness lodges. This is on a lake called Miminisca. You can see the main lodge in the photograph here. It's spectacular. It also has access by float plane only, incredible accommodations, amazing dining and culinary, and they have great interactions with the First Nations people for learning the Indigenous ways, and the ability to have campfires and shore lunches on the shoreline throughout your stay. Multiple day options are available, and they've been around and being run by the same family for a number of years, so they're very well established. So Northeastern Ontario is the final sub-region of Northern Ontario. And here you can see it. It is the region that abuts the shore of Lake Huron. It connects with our sister province of Quebec to the east, and it is the closest region accessible from actually Southern Ontario and Toronto. The largest community in Northeastern Ontario is Sudbury. And in Sudbury is another Ontario signature experience called Dynamic Earth. Visitors, as you can see from the photographs, can travel thousands of feet deep into the earth along an actual mine shaft and experience the history of mining, along with a number of hands-on interactive exhibits. Its sister attraction in Sudbury, Science North, is one of Canada's largest science centers and is an amazing experience unto itself. And of course, the top right, you can see a small picture of what Sudbury was originally famous for, and that's the nickel mining. So they have what's called the Big Nickel, which is right at the entrance to the Dynamic Earth tour that people can see and get their photographs taken with. By taking this particular ferry, it's called the Chichimon, you can do a 2-hour cruise across Lake Huron. Whether you're in a car, an RV, or a motor coach, it can hold them all. And it will take you to the world's largest freshwater island called Manitoulin Island. And on the island is some of the most amazing First Nations Indigenous experiences you will ever find. The Wikwemikong, and we call them Wiki for short, unceded territory, has created a number of experiences that visitors to this area can have that will stay with them for a lifetime. Whether it's jingle dancing and drumming, whether it's learning how to do beadwork, whether it's learning about their medicines and cooking their food. It is an amazing experience that can take over a day or multiple days, and you can even add canoe tripping opportunities. The main source of accommodation on the island is the Manitoulin Hotel and Conference Center, and it's a modern facility with all the amenities of a first-class hotel, but the main part of the hotel is shaped like a giant teepee. So it's an amazing experience unto itself. So it's something to really remember in that area. Also in Northeastern Ontario, up closer to Timmins, is a Canadian signature experience called Wild Exodus Adventures. And this is what is known as glamping, or in other terms, glamorous camping. And you can see from the photograph, these are prospector tents, but they're done up with queen-size beds, with electricity, with Wi-Fi provisions, and all of the amenities of home. And you can stay out in the boreal forest and experience what it's like to be at one with nature. And they have multiple opportunities for hiking, canoeing, to add to the experience of camping in the wilderness. And they also specialize in farm-to-table culinary delights for people to experience when they're staying with them. Cedar Meadows Resort Spa and Wildlife Park is another quite unique experience located up near Timmins once again. And this is a resort that has a main lodge with dining room that again serves farm-to-table culinary delights. It has an incredible indoor-outdoor, as you can see, year-round spa that has some amazing offerings. And it's also attached to a wildlife park where visitors can go aboard a sleigh ride on skis in the winter, on wheels in the summertime, and see up close firsthand some of the Indigenous wildlife from Northern Ontario, such as elk, deer, moose, all up close and personal. It is, again, a very, very unique experience. And the Cochrane polar bear habitat has been around for a number of years. It started out as a habitat that would take orphaned polar bear cubs up from the Hudson Bay ice flows, and they would bring them to this habitat where they have created an incredible environment. It's not a zoo by any stretch. It really is a habitat that they've recreated their natural habitat in this experience. It has now become a research center, and they have, on any given time, they have adult polar bears on site, and they're looking at a reopening in this current year under its new mandate as a research facility. Killarney Mountain Lodge is one of the most beautiful upscale lodges in the province of Ontario, located right on the shore of Lake Huron. It's close to southern Ontario. It's only about a 2-hour and change drive out of Toronto. But this main lodge, as you can see in the photograph, is all made of large timbers. It's first-class accommodations, first-class dining, and incredible outdoor opportunities, again, whether it's hiking or canoe tripping or just lounging around on the shores of Lake Huron and enjoying the culinary delights. And of course, Algonquin Park is very well known, world renowned, as one of Ontario's premier provincial parks. It is located right on the border of Southern and Northern Ontario. It is where some of the group of 7 became very famous for their painting. And it is one of the premier destinations for canoe tripping and hiking in the entire province. And because we have a lot of roads that connect Northern Ontario, and they tie a lot of these experiences and attractions and products that I've been talking about, we decided to work with the RV Rental Association of Canada, and we've developed a series of self-driving tours in Northern Ontario. So whether it's by RV or in a car or motor coach, these routes, we have 3 main. One is called the Fur Trade Route. And you can see here on the map, it's a multiple day route that emanates just north of Toronto, runs along the edge of Lake Huron, through Sault Ste. Marie, along the shoreline of Lake Superior, and ultimately ends up out in Kenora, which is right near the Manitoba border. And so that, again, the drive is, this drive along the edge of Lake Superior is the drive that always is considered one of the top 10 drives in Canada. So it's an amazing way to link through the northern part of the province. Because, as I said, a significant portion of this route is along Lake Superior, it gives visitors a chance, as I said, to see one of the top drives. And augmenting that route is a series of interpretive panels that are dotted along the edge of Lake Superior that actually are sites where the group of 7 painted some of their most iconic paintings. So you can actually stop and look at the interpretive panel and then look out over the lake and see the exact scene that the group of 7 painted to make their paintings world famous. And launched just last year was our newest route. It's kind of in the north.
Just one question, just to give an idea to everyone. The route from Toronto to Kenora is probably approximately a little bit less than 2,000 kilometers, I would guess, right?
Yep, you're probably right.
To drive, and to Thunder Bay, it would be a little bit shorter, and there would be flights out of Thunder Bay to Toronto, right? So it's a good 2 or 3 week route, and can easily be done.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Good point, Markus. Thank you. So the route that we launched last year, which is more up into the northeastern part of the province and along the Quebec border, is called the Prospector Route. And it really, keys on the heritage of the mining and the gold rush in northeastern Ontario. And there again, you can see the loop on the lake. It's a multiple day tour. It comes out of Toronto and it connects up in and around up to Timmins, Cochrane. So some of the attractions I mentioned there, and then back down along the shore of Lake Temiskaming and back down to Southern Ontario. And then the third route, and I don't have it, we haven't actually formally launched it yet, but we've been working with the province of Manitoba, and we're launching a route this spring, hopefully at Rendezvous Canada, called the Heart of Canada route. And that will be a themed route from Winnipeg, Manitoba, that will come into the western part of Northern Ontario through Kenora, along the top of Lake Superior to Thunder Bay. So we will ultimately have 3 very well-themed routes as we move forward. Okay, so here's some of, on the Prospector route, here's some of the amazing sites and scenes and attractions that are located along the way. So I would like to now share with you a short video that will hopefully give you a sense of what Northern Ontario really is all about, with some sights and some sounds.
There is a place where the water runs pure. Lakes as far as the eye can see. Endless rivers. We sit on rocks as old as time itself. A landscape vast, wide, and breathtaking. Its beating heart, wild and pure. Room to wander, to escape, to discover. To dream. To explore.
Ontario.
I am Northern Ontario.
I am Northern Ontario.
I am Northern Ontario.
I am Northern Ontario.
And I think I've seen that video probably 100 times, but every time I watch it again, it gives me goosebumps. And it's important for you to know that we are working with all of our Northern Ontario suppliers to make sure they undertake the World Travel and Tourism Safe Travel Assessment to make sure your customers can feel safe and confident to travel to Northern Ontario in the future as the world opens up again. And you can visit our travel trade and our web portal, which has more details about the touring routes, the attractions, the experiences, and the communities that we have been speaking about here today. So I would like to thank you for your attention. It was a great opportunity for me to present to you today. And I think at the end, Markus, correct me if I'm wrong, we might have some time for some questions, those that might have some. Thank you. Markus, you're on mute.
So I start over again. Sorry for that. Thanks again, Ian. That was really amazing. Some beautiful pictures there. And yeah, we had the chance, Ralph and myself, we had the chance to visit the area up to Thunder Bay a couple of years ago before COVID hit us. And it's a truly nature lovers destination. That's my opinion. And I'm going to switch to German. Excuse me for that one, Ian, but it's a little bit easier. Also, wie gesagt, danke nochmal an den Ian, und ich muss nochmal ganz klar sagen, also der Ralf, der uns jetzt auch noch zuhört und der, glaube ich, auch noch da ist, der kann mich ja korrigieren, aber wir hatten die Chance, die Gegend zu bereisen vor einigen Jahren, und es ist wirklich komplett anders als der südliche Teil. Einfach dadurch, dass es so wenig besiedelt ist, ist das so ein bisschen das wahre Kanada, noch kleine Gemeinden, die im Prinzip aus einer Tankstelle und 3 Häusern bestehen, einem General Store, in dem es alles gibt, von Kuchen bis hin zur Jagdmunition. Es ist wirklich ein sehr herzliches Land, super nette Leute und absolut was für Naturliebhaber. Also sicherlich niemand, der Städte sehen möchte, aber jemand, der mal wirklich nochmal ein paar neue Pfade entdecken möchte, der ist da oben absolut richtig aufgehoben. Das kann ich definitiv sagen. Also, wenn ihr noch Fragen habt, nur raus damit. Zu diesem Thema, zu anderen Themen einfach in die F&As schreiben. Ansonsten, Ian, could you switch one slide forward again? Oh, yeah, that's the, oh, I forgot one. Wir müssten noch die Quizfrage stellen. Wer hat die denn? Sina oder Carsten?
Ich habe die.
Super. Da haben wir nämlich zwischendrin, bevor wir das vergessen und zu der Ankündigung des nächsten Vortrags kommen, würden wir die Umfrage mal eben machen.
Genau. Ich würde die hier einfach mal starten an der Stelle. Und genau, die sollte jetzt einmal zu sehen sein.
Wie heißt die weltgrößte Insel in einem Süßwassersee? Manitoulin Island, Manitou Island, Spirit Island. So, das dürfte zu schaffen sein. Kann selbst ich mich daran erinnern, dass es vorgekommen ist. Ich darf aber wieder nicht mitmachen. Und ja, Fragen haben wir momentan keine. Dann sind wir schon soweit. Haben wir schon ein paar richtige Antworten?
Ja, es wird aber noch einen kleinen Moment dauern.
Dann wird es noch einen kleinen Moment dauern. Dann nutze ich schon mal die Gelegenheit und kann schon mal auf den nächsten Donnerstag hinweisen. Da geht es einmal komplett rüber an die Westküste. Vancouver und Kamloops unter dem Titel Gateways and Crossroads, Knotenpunkte in British Columbia. Ich denke, da wird der Herr Rainer durchführen. Ich weiß nicht, haben wir Gäste? Wissen wir das schon, Carsten oder Sina?
Nein, da wird der Rainer unser Referent sein.
Okay, gut. Dann hat er wieder einen kompletten Vortrag mit wahrscheinlich wieder vielen netten Insider-News. Und jetzt haben wir, wie sieht es denn mit der Verfügbarkeit nach Provincial Parks und Plätzen aus? Im Süden ist bereits 5 Monate vorher alles dicht. Ja, das ist das Schöne an der Ecke da oben. Also der Norden, sobald man halt über diese Ecke Richtung Sault Marie rauskommt, ist es eigentlich komplett anders als im Süden Ontarios. Das ist so ähnlich wie im Westen die Nationalparks Banff und Jasper im Vergleich mit dem Yukon, um es mal ein bisschen zu übertreiben. Es ist einfach viel weniger los, es ist viel mehr Platz und man muss tatsächlich nicht mehr die Campingplätze reservieren. Eine Ausnahme wird es sein mit Manitoulin Island. Da ist es halt so, dass man noch genau in diesem Einzugsbereich der Hauptroute ist. Also man kann ja von der Bruce Peninsula, nimmt man die Fähre rüber nach Manitoulin Island und dann fährt man rüber von Manitoulin Island Richtung Killarney Park. Deshalb ist es noch so ein bisschen mehr erreichbar für den Hauptstrom der Touristen. Wenn man von da aus aber ein bisschen nach Nordwesten geht, hört es auch sehr, sehr schnell auf. Da kann man sich das ganze Reservieren der Campingplätze sparen. Denkt ihr, die Grenzen nach Kanada werden auch bald wieder für alle, egal ob geimpft oder nicht, geöffnet? Also die Diskussion oder die Mutmaßung, die möchte ich gar nicht erst anfangen. Das kann ich nicht sagen. Das wäre Glaskugel lesen. Also ich kann nur sagen, dass es in diesem Sommer mit ziemlicher Sicherheit für Geimpfte, ja, ich sag mal, ich bin sehr sicher oder ich habe die Hoffnung, dass es für Geimpfte problemlos möglich sein wird zu reisen. Man weiß ja nie, was kommt, aber wir sind sehr optimistisch, dass es ein relativ normaler, in Anführungsstrichen, Reisesommer wird. Wie es im nächsten oder übernächsten Jahr wird, kann man nicht sagen. Ich glaube, das hängt einfach davon ab, wie sich diese Krankheit in der Bevölkerung durchsetzt. Und dann könnte ich mir schon vorstellen, dass es generell keine Einreisebeschränkung mehr gibt, bezüglich geimpft oder nicht geimpft. Das muss aber einfach die Zeit zeigen. Eine wirkliche Antwort kann man da, eine belastbare kann man momentan nicht geben. Der PCR-Test ist nicht mehr nötig, Stand jetzt ist korrekt. Man kann auch entweder mit einem PCR-Test, der glaube ich 72 Stunden alt sein darf, oder mit einem frischen Antigen-Test ins Flugzeug steigen. das ist richtig derzeit. Ich glaube, seit dem 28. Februar wurde das geändert. So, dann würde ich mal eben wieder zurück zu Sina schieben. Hast du was für uns rausgefunden? Haben wir einen Gewinner?
Jawohl, wir haben eine Gewinnerin. Das
Eine
ist
Gewinnerin?
in dem Fall die Kerstin Nahler. Herzlichen Glückwunsch von unserer Seite.
Ja.
Und die korrekte Antwort, das steht auch schon teilweise im Chat, war Manitoulin Island.
Ja, also es ist so schwierig nicht gewesen. Trotzdem natürlich herzlichen Glückwunsch und wir haben durch die Zoom-Anmeldung die E-Mail-Adresse und die Kollegen werden sich dann einfach bei der Gewinnerin melden in nächster Zeit.
Apropos Zoom-Anmeldung, ich schicke auch schon mal den Link für den Vortrag nächste Woche rein.
Ja.
Der steht jetzt im Chat, also wer sich da direkt anmelden möchte, nur zu.
Ja. Ja, hier achte, bin ich nochmal im Chat, da hat noch jemand geschrieben, auch Kelani ist nicht, ja, also diese ganze Ecke mit der Route Manitoulin eine Kelani, auch da ist es noch Einzugsbereich, weil viele Leute noch zum Beispiel von Toronto, Bruce Peninsula, Manitoulin, Kelani und dann Algonquin zurückfahren und die wenigsten aber hinter Kelani, ich sag mal flapsig links abbiegen. Wenn man das macht, ist man relativ schnell raus aus jeglichen Trubel. Muss man den Impfpass für die Einreise übersetzen? Soweit ich weiß, nein. Man benötigt, Carsten, du warst dort drüben.
Genau, kann ich gerne eben erklären. Also der gelbe Impfpass, der hier ganz normal gängig ist, der reicht. Da steht alles drin und ist auch eigentlich in jeder Sprache verständlich, was es ist. Und wenn man die Arrive-Scan-App ausfüllt und den Impfnachweis runterlädt, reicht eigentlich ein Foto von der Seite dieses gelben Impfpasses, wo die Corona-Impfungen drinstehen. Den natürlich dann noch mitnehmen, dabei haben, falls man beim Essen gehen oder sonst irgendwo mal gefragt wird. Aber mit dem kommt man wunderbar klar, die ganze Reise lang.
Okay. Dann scheinen wir soweit erstmal alle Fragen beantwortet zu haben. Ja, Vortrag war heute ein bisschen kürzer, das stimmt. Aber ich fand die Bilder trotzdem sehr, sehr schön. Und vor allem das Video auch sehr stimmungsvoll. Ist doch ein Grund, mal hinzufahren. Der Vortrag war ein bisschen kürzer, muss man sich intensiver vor Ort mit beschäftigen.
Yeah, and on Facebook, we also had some feedback for Ian as well, saying that it was a great presentation and much appreciated.
Oh, good to hear. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, we always like to have you here with us in our Zoom days.
My pleasure. Always a pleasure to be here anytime. I look forward when we can do this in person. So I can get back to another hockey game that I enjoyed so much last time I was in your fine country.
Yeah, next time it's a rendezvous in Toronto, right, this year?
Yes.
So the first in-person convention again after COVID.
First international. I was in Dallas, Texas in January for the American Bus Association. That was my very first interaction with human beings again after 2 years.
Human beings, yeah, right. Okay, keine Fragen mehr. Dann würde ich euch heute in den frühen Feierabend entlassen, alle Mann. Und begebe mich dann wahrscheinlich mal wieder zurück auf den letzten Teil meiner Rückreise. Ian, again, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and thanks for taking the time and showing, yeah, your country to us.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm not sure, Marcus, can those that are participating see me right now? Can they see my little box? I'll just do as I'm closing so everybody can see what I showed you earlier. take my camera and show you. This is what it looks like right now in front of my my home.
Oh yeah, right. You're in your cottage right now.
Yeah, that is Lake Huron that is frozen over right in front of my house. There you can see it.
That's a little bit too much information, really. Thanks, yeah, that's great.
Thank you again. Thank you again.
Yeah, here. I hate you too. Wonderful. You wanted it, you get it. Okay. Ich wünsche allen einen schönen Feierabend, eine schöne Restwoche und dann sehen, hören wir uns am nächsten Donnerstag.